Hi guys, this is Rosa Kelly. I am back and we are going to continue working on our lady mini album. So join along and let's get to it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your patience. I started this tutorial and then I got a little sick and I couldn't finish working on decorating the pages. The main structure is all done, but let's put it all together. So I haven't added the pages into my book yet because we are going to be decorating one at a time before we add it into our book. And I wanted to go ahead and get started with the cover, and usually the cover inspires me to decorate all the other pages as well. So I do want to remind you that I have a new digital magazine going on where I have the step-by-step instructions on how we made this book. So now let's go ahead and start this cover. So I am using one of my lemon lavender candles. It smells so refreshing, but I'm actually using it to hold my cover flat. That way we can decorate and nothing's gonna be falling. And I haven't selected the paper on the cover yet, so maybe we can do that together. This one over here is absolutely stunning, of course. Now my idea is to have the dress form. So these little kits that I'm using is from Crafty City. I'm gonna have the link to the store on the description box below. I do have a 10% off with anything on the store going on as well, so I'll leave that here on the screen. But this kit came with this beautiful dress form, and the dress form is actually perforated, so you can even just use the dress form to make a mini album. But I want to use this piece here, which is the one of them has the little stand, the other ones don't, and so I want to use this here on the album to decorate it. Now another idea that I had was actually put these on the spine. Oh, I think I'm gonna do that. And so one thing that I want to start doing with my albums is decorating the spine a lot more, and because I always like my spine to be pretty flat. So what I'm going to do is decorate the spine really pretty, but instead of gluing these, I'm going to attach it with magnets. And I want to do that because as I have so many books, I want to start reorganizing my bookcase, so my books are showing out this way, so the spine is showing instead of the front cover showing. And so I want to decorate the spine a little bit more. I keep them flat normally because I like my books to open flat, so I don't want anything bulky on the spine. But I'm going to be adding this on the spine using some magnets, so it will be a removable piece. That way we can still look at our book and make it lay flat. Okay, so that was a lot of thinking out loud, but that is the idea. And then also for the cover, I'm going to be using this gorgeous frame. This is a memory hardware from Prima that came together with this kit, and it is gorgeous, so pretty, stunning, beautiful. So I'm going to put that one on the center. And of course this kit came with these gorgeous flowers as well. Now the kit also came with a different set of flowers which I might have misplaced or used ahead, so I'm going to be using some of my own flowers from my stash to decorate the dress form. Okay, so with that said, let me go ahead and pick a page design for the cover. So I want something that is going to go really good with the frame, and so I can either do that right here, and then I'm going to do some flowers on the side, or I'm also thinking on doing this one, which is really pretty, but then I want to make sure I'm not going to be covering most of these. So if I add that one, then maybe we can put it here, and then we can do the flowers on this side. So maybe we'll do this piece instead of that one. Okay, so let's go ahead and start doing some cutting. So my book measures 8 by 10, which means I'm going to cut my paper at 9 3/4 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to take out this little piece first, and then I'm going to count 9 3/4 up, and then we're going to do 7 3/4 this way. Okay, and then I have a 3-inch spine, so I'm going to use this page here as well to cover my spine. So I went ahead and cut this paper at the same size as this one, which is 7 3/4 by 9 3/4, and I'm going to use this one for the back. And so I changed my mind, and I'm going to be using this one also for the spine because I love these flowers so much more. So I am going to start by gluing the back piece first. Okay, so we're just gonna glue this down. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue the front cover piece also right here. Okay, and then before I glue the spine piece, I'm going to work on these a little bit separately. So I am going to be using some of my magnets. So these are the 10 by 1 magnets that I use, and I do have a link for these on the description box below as well. So I'm going to add the magnets here on the dress form. So I'm going to put one here and one here, and then maybe one over here, and I think that should be good. So now what I'm going to do is also secure the magnets with some tape. So I'm just going to add tape on these pieces. Okay, so, and then we're gonna cover these up with paper, so that's not gonna show. But what I want to do also is just place my dress form right here, and then add the magnets that are going to go on the spine. So you're just gonna let the magnets find their position right there, and then we're going to secure those with the tape. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, oops. Okay, so maybe I'll have to do it this way. Okay, and here we go. Okay, and then we are going to take this out, and we're ready to glue this onto the spine. Okay, so I'm just gonna take these pieces, and I'm gonna work on the dress form separately, but first I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, so when you glue this down, make sure you have the 2 magnets on the top and the 1 magnet on the bottom. And now I'm just going to center this here, and there you go. Okay, so we have that done, and now we can go ahead and decorate the cover. Okay, so I kind of changed my mind, and I think I'm going to add the frame on the girl instead of off to the sides, because I want this to be centered. This kind of looks a little bit offset to me, so I'm going to put it right here, just like that. You can definitely just add a picture on this frame as well, but I love the image of the girl. So I'm going to glue this down, and here we go. So I'm going to be using the fabric tack glue for my frame and for my flowers as well. Okay, I just really like how this holds a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just gonna add some glue here. Okay, and I don't plan on putting a picture, so I'm gluing it all the way, but if you would like to put a picture, you might want to just glue half down so you can slide a picture in there. And I'm just gonna put that right here. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna let that dry for a second, and I'm gonna be using these pearls. Now these pearls also come on these kits, and I love these ones because they are that like a really dark green color, although they kind of look black, but I think it goes really good and it's a good contrast with the pink flowers. So for some reason I don't really like these flowers that come on these Prima sets, so I always just cut them out, but if you like them you can just definitely keep them. Okay, so let's see, keep that one there, and I'm just gonna take this whole thing. So now you can also split this in two, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to split these swirls in two. Oops, there's one more flower there. Okay, so that way I can have some come from the front, from the sides of the frame like this. Okay, so I'm just gonna add this down here. Okay, so we're gonna do some like that, and then I'm gonna have some actually I'm gonna have more come up there. So let me just take these ones out. Okay, so I finished adding that and it looks so pretty. I like to kind of play around with the shape, that way it kind of fits more to my project. And so I have these other pieces that all came with the kits that I'm working with, and so I love these, are so delicate, so pretty. So I think I'm gonna put these little pieces here on the table, and then this gorgeous hand, look how pretty. And so I think this one, I was thinking of putting it on front of the swirls because it just looks so delicate like that. So to add this one, I'm just gonna use some foam tape, so that way, because I have the pearls in there, so maybe, let's see, I'll just put the foam tape behind these, and let's see, how can I make sure? Okay, so that one, yeah, I think it's fine. And so I'm just gonna peel these off. I'm actually gonna do one more on the center, and okay, and then I'm going to peel this off, and we're gonna add that right here. Okay, so that looks really, really pretty. Okay, so then I'm going to just go ahead and glue these pieces on top of that little vanity table, and I'm just gonna add the mirror on top of the other mirror that's already in there. Looks so pretty. And then I want to add this comb. Look how beautiful that is. That's so old-fashioned. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna add this one. I think I can put it right here. So then I'm going to add this tiny little flower, and we're just gonna put that one right here. It looks so pretty, so girly. And then we have the flowers that came with the kit. So we also have these piece, and I guess if you don't want to use the lady, you can use this on the center as well. Just put like a plain background and that will look really pretty. But I think I'm just gonna save it for a different project. But anyway, so I'm going to add the flowers. Now you could do 2 flowers here on this side, or you can also do the flowers along the bottom of the frame. It kind of depends on your aesthetic, because I think either way look really good. But I think another purpose is I'm going to try to cover up a little bit of this dress. So maybe I will do it here on the side, and I'm just gonna glue these down. So I'm gonna add my glue actually on the frame, so the flowers are raised up on top of the frame, just like that. And then maybe some here where it's touching. Okay. And then the other one here, maybe higher up, and then some more glue here. And there you go. Okay, and I think that is it for the cover. I think that looks really pretty. Okay, and I don't want to overdo anything, so now let's go ahead and decorate the dress form. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the dress form. So I have some different supplies here. I went ahead and got a little bit of tulle. This is something from my stash. And then I'm going to use some acrylic paint to color the dress form before I start decorating it. So this is the Artisa Iridescent colors, and I'm using this one because it has a really pretty pale pink and it has some shine to it as well. So I'm going to be using that one. And then I have some other flowers. I'm not sure yet which ones I'm going to use, but I just have some little ones and different tones of pink that I just had here on my stash. Okay, so I was testing a little bit of the paint, and the iridescent's a little bit translucent. So I'm going to do a layer of chalk paint first, and this is from Home Decor Folk Arc, and this is just some pink. So I went ahead and added one layer, and I'm just gonna do one more. Actually, I'll probably do 3 layers because I don't want the chipboard to show. Okay, so I have the base colored pink, and then I have a sealed of that iridescent. Now I only put that on the top and on the bottom of the legs because I'm actually going to be covering the center. I'm going to use the this kit comes with, like I show you, different ones. So I'm actually going to use one of the other ones to create the dress. So I'm trying to imitate this design here, but because my tool is pink, I'm kind of going to do it in reverse. So I'm going to do the dress form or the inside of the dress pink. So I guess I'm just gonna draw here the top of the dress. So just a sweetheart type of cleavage or neckline, I don't know what they call it, but I'm just gonna do something like this, and I'm going to cut cut it. I'm going to use some green paper to cover the dress. I'm going to do the light green. So I guess what I will do is just glue it on the back and cut around it. So let's see. I'm gonna put it here. I think which side I won't use too much. So I'm going to glue the dress form to the back. Okay, and then we're just gonna cut around it. So let me just clean my glue, and here we go. I'm just gonna glue all of these. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that right here, and then I'm going to cut around these. So I'm just gonna take this out. Okay, so here we have the top of the dress, or the inside of the dress, and we're gonna glue that piece right here. So I'm just gonna use my fabric glue and go all the way here. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna line up the bottom. So we have that, and then I'm going to play around with the tool. And so again, I'm trying to imitate the dress. So this dress comes from, let me bring it out here so we can be inspired. And so it comes from behind the shoulder. So I wonder if I have too many layers, maybe. And okay, so what I'm gonna do, oh, actually it's fine, because then it will tie at the waist and then come loose, right? That's the way it is. Okay, so we're just going to, I guess we can start on the back. And okay, so the thing is, I have my magnet in there, so I don't want too much bulk on the back. So I'm just gonna glue it here. And if you don't have this fabric glue, you can also use hot glue gun if you have that. And okay, so I'm just gonna glue this here, and I'm actually gonna hold this for a second. Okay, so then I'm going to cut the length here, not too long. There we go. So then we have these, and I think I want more puffiness on the bottom, so I'm gonna see if I can do a second layer. Okay, so I have here this ruffled up, and I'm actually going to do that here. I'm gonna do a layer before I put the other one on top. So this is kind of gonna go under. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it along the waist. Okay, so that's gonna go there, and then this one's gonna come here on top. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is why I'm not a fashion designer. Anyway, so that's gonna go right here, and then I'm going to use my seam binding to actually tie these at the waist. Okay, so I think that will look cute, and I want this to be more thick, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna add flowers, so you won't really see the seam binding, I guess. I hope. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie it. Or maybe you can even just do the seam binding and do like a cute little bow, but I'm thinking on putting flowers. And now we can go ahead and add the flowers. I kind of love how this is looking. Okay, so let's see which flowers. These are too big. This one probably works. So we can do one big flower and then little flowers around, just like the dress. Okay, so we just cut some of these out. Okay, so then let's see if they look good, because I think like this pink, it's more like this other pink. So let's try that. Okay, and cut this shorter. Okay. Yeah, I think that it's more of the pink. So we can do that. And let's see, maybe another one up there. Okay, so I think this looks pretty. What do you think? I'm just going to go ahead now and glue the flowers down. And there we go. So I have one right there. So now this glue with the tool, you really have to know where you want to put it, because this will stain your tool and then you don't want the smudges. So make sure that you know where you want to put your flowers. Okay, so I'm just gonna do some around right here, that one right there. Oh yes, so this reminds me of my girls' tutus. I will glue flowers, but actually I started first sewing the flowers on their dresses until I discovered the fabric glue. And that just made my life easier sometimes, because like I said, if you put the glue, the flower where you don't like it, yeah, don't even try to move it. So there you go. So I think that is how this is going to look. And so the last thing that I'm going to do is, well, I'm gonna wait for my flowers to dry, but you want to cover the back of your dress form. You can either paint it, but since we have the magnets, I'm actually just going to cover it up all the way. And so I'm gonna wait for my flowers to dry, and I'm gonna glue this whole piece. Well, you want to glue it on the reverse of the design that you want. So I'm gonna glue it here, and then I'm just gonna cut around it. So here is our beautiful dress form. I think it turned out really cute actually. It reminds me of ballerinas, quinceañeras. You can even make it into a wedding dress, maybe if you do like the two sides, I don't know. But that is how the back looks like. I did go ahead and this dress, it doesn't look as even as the fronts because we have this piece here and it was hard to cut around, but I think that's okay since you're not really gonna see the back. So now this is going to go magnetized here on the spine, and I do love how that looks. So I think it looks really pretty. I love that you can see the dress form because it's kind of see-through. So yeah, so that is the cover and the dress forms, and we're gonna move along with the pages on the next video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.